Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Opulence Nation around the world, global, one team, one dream, to the billion. Welcome, welcome, welcome to tonight's call.
Good evening to you as well. So good to see you as a host. I'm
Thank you
loving
very
this.
much, Ramin. Good evening, and it's nice to see you. It's nice to be here. It's great to be associated with you. I'm looking forward to introducing you to the Opulence Nation that's on the call.
All right. So you know what? I think it's time to get started. We want people to be on time.
Okay, at age 16, Ramin won the world championship in the sport of wrestling and achieved 120 medals. Ramin spent 27 years in direct sales and built four multi-million-dollar businesses as a master distributor, becoming a self-made millionaire of age 25. Ramin Marcello is the founder and CEO of Opulence Global, launched in 2005. Ramin is the visionary behind the Opulence philosophy, which includes the development of the EPIC compensation plan, along with the basic to advanced training and business expansion systems, creating over a dozen millionaires as a result of his powerful training and inspiration. Throughout Ramin's opulence journey, he was featured in the American Business Journal with Warren Buffett, won the Luxury Designer of the Year award by Viva International, first class inductee into the Network Marketing Hall of Fame, Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year nominee. He was voted #1 in 2020 as the top MLM influencer and trainer by businessforhome.org. He is the author of the ultimate training system in the industry, the Forensic Networker, and that's where we are this evening, and is the forensic. So take it away, Ramin. Looking forward to your training.
Congratulations again for being a new host. I love seeing that. All right, tonight, let's talk about money. And you know what? There was in the old days that people used to say, well, money isn't important. I think those people no longer say that. I think people realize money is really important, especially with the inflation and currency debasing and so forth. And people are getting poor. The reason why it matters now is because people that used to be comfortable before, now they're getting poor. They realize they're not comfortable anymore. Household debt is all-time high in every country. Bankruptcy record high in every country. Things are not looking better. It's going to look much worse. Trump or not, things are getting worse. And I'm going to talk about why it doesn't really make a difference who is running which country. The issue that we have with currency goes back 100 years. So today we're going to talk about currency debasing. That means when your money loses power. And this is why you're getting poorer. Everyone gets poorer unless we can beat two things. Number one is inflation. Number two is your currency for your country. It doesn't matter what it is, US dollar, Canadian dollar, doesn't matter. It's losing its value. When you take a look at the people who know, so the currency debasing per year, is the US dollars. Now, this is the strongest currency in the world. Yet currency, US dollar debasing, that means how it's losing its value, not towards other currencies, towards the things you want to buy, right? Things you want to for your household, food, cars, everything. It's about 8 to 9% US dollars. Plus there's inflation, they said 3.5%. So it's about 12% bare minimum. That's where it starts because inflation doesn't cover everything. And then there's other things that's not covered. It's much higher. So it's about 15% plus is where your inflation, your money value is diminishing every year. This is why they're saying last 4 years, US dollar lost over 50%, 50% of its buying power. So some people get confused and, well, US dollar is strong. It's strong in comparison to other currencies, because all currencies are losing its value towards goods and services, right? So, but US dollar has lost half of its value. So what you should be able to buy, say, with $100 4 years ago, was double of what you can buy today in the US. Now, if that's true with US dollars, it's much more true with other currencies, because that is the world reserve currency. All right, so let's take the bare minimum. Bare minimum, 15%. So if you're losing 15% of your monetary energy every single year, then that means you're getting poorer every single year because your job doesn't give you that cushion 15, 20. Because just remember, this is the US now. Some countries, they're 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, depending where you are. If you're in Lebanon, if you're in Argentina, Iran, and a lot of countries, the inflation is debasing is 50, 60%. So when we say 15%, that's bare minimum. So it doesn't matter what country you're in, you know you're higher than that. So you have 15 to 20% that your currency is losing its value in comparison to the things that you need on a daily basis. So what do? Well, you have to make up for that, right? You have to make up for it. You have to either increase your income by 20%, or you're going to have to reduce your lifestyle by 20%, or you keep leaving that way and getting in debt, right? Till you can't anymore. That's where the household debts are highest, and your bankruptcy is the highest. So today I'm going to show you how you can deal with that situation with Opulence compensation plan. It's a very simple business plan. You know why? Because the job cannot give you a 20% raise every year. It just can't do that, right? So if the job can't do that, then you're left with borrowing to maintain your lifestyle or reduce your lifestyle, right? So I'm going to show you then how you can very easily do that with your Opulence business. You can't do that with a job. Even in investment, stock market, they're saying it's going to crash very harshly this year. That's when Warren Buffett came out of the market. First time in 50 years, he sold everything he had, sitting on $325 billion in cash. He knows something. He's the greatest investor of all time. By the way, I got out too. When I saw that, I got out too. So there's no other option. How do you increase your income by 20% this year so you won't get minimum? Some countries, you need more than that. This is bare minimum, right? So you don't get poor or become more in debt next year. I'm going to show you how you can do that because your Opulence business is your only answer. So here's what I did. I said, okay, look, we're worldwide, and I'm going to take a range of income. So I say from $1,000 to $3,000 a month, right? I think that's a pretty good range that covers, wherever you are. 1,000 a month to 3,000 a month. That's a good range depending on where you are. So I thought I'm going to do this demonstration based on our own demographics and our people worldwide. So how do you get 20%, right? 15 to 20% with your Opulence business? Well, guess what? There is 6 ways you can do that with your Opulence comp plan or products. You cannot do that with your job. Your job is your job. You got a salary. It is what it is, right? It's actually more than 6 ways, but we're going to get to that. But there's 6 very, very quick ways. Let's assume all of you are in your first year in business. And I want you to treat it that way. I want you to treat it like, doesn't matter how long you've been here, this is your first year, right? And get on this business plan. All right, let's get started. Average income of 1,000 to 3,000 a month, depending on where you are. So one way so pay 1,000 a month, right? In order for you to get 15 to 20% increase, you need about $200 a month, $150 to $200 a month. If you are at 3,000 a month, right, you need about $450 to $600 a month. That's what you need. So you can actually, you know exactly what that number is that you need every single month, what you're short at every single month. Well, if you are, let's say in the middle, it's 2,000 a month. How do you do 15%? It's $300, right? 2,000 is $300. Well, there's 6 ways you could do that with Opulence. You cannot do it with your job. One of them is get a new LA, right? You get a new LAP, $300, $350. You know what that is? If you are $1,000 range, that's a 35% raise. If you're at $2,000 range, then you're about 15% of your range. And if you are at a $3,000 range, then you're, again, a little bit over 10%, right? So you can actually go ahead and if you get one LAP, so it's very quick. You can give yourself a raise very quick with Opulence. You can't do that in a job. It's really difficult and depressing when you have no choices, right? That's why being self-employed is so good, right? In the right company, right timing, you have choices. You can actually make things happen. If you need a 15% raise, you can do it here many ways. Number one, get a new LAP, LADE, right? Doesn't matter. There's many different options with different perks, bonuses that people would find interesting. And all of a sudden, you've got yourself a 10 to 30% raise on that one alone to beat up to me. If I need an extra 10%, 20%, I can go make it happen over the next 30 days. Use the company tools, company packages, company service, company's credibility, and everything else, and you can go out there, talk to enough people, and get myself that raise that I need to beat up to me. Number one way, go launch somebody. Okay, it's very much possible. Many of you doing it, so it's right there. And what happens is neutralizes the problem you have, which is debasing of your currency in your country, right? Plus inflation. Number two, get 10 FOL customers, right? You get 10 FOL customers, depending on where you are, that's 10 to 30% raise. Everybody can get one. Can get 10 FOL customers. You should be having 10 FOL customers. The world is full of problems, right? Many of you have many more, but many of you don't have any. You have a few. You should have over the next 12 months, folks. You should have no problem accumulating 10 FOL customers. It's easy to do. The world needs these products. You need to stop promoting it. If you're not doing it because you don't know what to do, go back to basics. No, this year we're coming up with what's called the quick steps. And the quick steps is to tell you exactly what you need to do to get going, as well as our training. If we bring back what's called the launch pad, that's a more comprehensive training. But the quick steps is designed to get you exactly what I'm doing right now, to go ahead, instantly give yourself that 30 to 30% raise over your job income. So go get 10 customers. You get 10 customers, you're making about $300 to $350 retail profit. I mean, that's what you were missing. Look, when you look at the difference between bankruptcy and solvency in all the countries, it's $300. And that's been the case for the last 50 years. So if you're short $300, every month, you're going to end up bankrupt at some point. Because it's 300 now, next month is 600 because of compound, next month is 900. We're not even talking about interest that you're paying on top of that, right? We're talking about you're short at, interest on top of that. 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 to the point that you can't borrow anymore. Credit card's full and credit's full, and now you are bankrupt, right? So $300 a month for the last 50 years, it's been the difference between bankruptcy and solvency. I just showed it to you. Go get 10 FOL customers. That's $300 to $350 a month, right? So again, it neutralizes your currency debasing and the inflation that you have in your country, and you don't have to worry about falling behind, getting poorer, getting more in debt, right? So second way, go get 10 FOL customers over the next 12 months that buy from you regularly. There's extra $300 to $350. Now, if you're in a country that your average income is $1,000, that's a 30% increase. That's massive, massive. For the country that makes $3,000 a month, right? Then that is a fantastic look. That's exactly what you 10%. That's what you need to neutralize most of your debasing of your currency, right? If you do this and once in a while, get yourself an LAD, that the once in a while covers a balance and more, because you're not sitting, you're there building your business, right? You may not be recruiting every month, but you will recruit some months, and that will come in to fill any gaps that you need. So one way to neutralize it, go get some new launches every month. One new launch every month, you're good. Imagine that. 90% of the working population, they're falling in trouble every single month. They're falling behind every single month because their job doesn't give them the 15, 20% raise to meet the inflation and debasing, and yet you don't. You stop that bleeding. You go out there, you recruit somebody, and boom, you're there. You go out there, then you get 10 customers, or 12 customers in the next 12 months. It's not this month, next 12 months. They get 10 customers. Guess what? You don't have to worry about your debasing anymore. That by itself keeps you afloat. So you don't have to be feeling pressure or line of credits are full. Credit cards are full. You know, we're paying too much interest, right? Borrow from one, give to the other. This is what I'm teaching you tonight. This is serious stuff. This is important stuff. Give you multiple ways they can completely redo your finances moving forward. Number 3, generate 10 LAPs in your downline. So this is not even you now. You know, your LAPs on your various bonus, well, that'll get you about $200 to $500 in variance bonus by itself. That's not even you. It's with you working with your next 10 generations, compound too, because people not working, people below that push up, so they count. They actually count. So work over the next 10 active generations. Make sure that they bring 10 LAPs. You're working with them. And now you're making an extra $200 to $500 variance bonus alone. This is not your commission or binary. This is it's free money, right? It's free money. These are people in your team who are recruiting, getting LAPs on board, and you're making variance bonus. So you're working with them. So if I'm building a team, I want to be in touch with every single people in my downline. Every single person. Now, obviously, eventually it becomes big enough that I need another method to reach out to them. But hopefully, in the beginning, I build a strong enough bond that we have a chat group, that we're communicating constantly with each other through a chat, whether they're active, they're not active. I'll make sure where my sparks are, right? I want to make sure that my sparks are well supported. Because if they're recruiting, if they're doing what I'm teaching you right now, they are not falling behind. They're meeting their debasing and inflation in their country and city, and you're making variance bonus because they're recruiting. So it's not hard. 10 generation. Most compensation plan in the direct sales, by the way, they were marketing. There's some type of unit level system or matrix system. They only pay 8, 10 levels. That's the entire comp plan. For us, that's just one part of our comp plan. So make sure, again, number 3, make sure that in your next 30 days, you're talking to everybody. While you're talking, you're doing chores for yourself, a product, and a compensation plan, right? You're making sure that you, by doing tours, product compensation, you're getting your 10 customers, you're getting a launch here and there. You're also spending time with your team, making sure that they're doing product tours and they're doing opportunity tours so they can launch their LAPs as well. So now you got 3 ways, right? What's cool about this is that, well, you don't have to do all 3 every month, but you got all these different ways to make sure that you're now making enough money to deal with the inflation that you have in your country. In other words, you stop the bleeding and you're not getting poorer and poorer every single month, because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. RBC in Canada. Canada has always been a very strong country. Say, but 2025, this year, 60%, 60% default on their mortgages. Why? Because they know in 2020, it's a 5-year mortgage, 2020, many people bought homes at the peak. And that back then, because interest rate was almost 0. But during the pandemic, interest rates went right up. Now at 0, these people who bought these expensive homes at the peak, they could afford barely, but they could afford the mortgage payments. The problem now is now the interest rate is not 0 anymore. Interest rates have doubled and tripled. So if someone was paying $5,000 more for mortgage, now the same house, when they go to renew this year, it'll be $10,000 a month for the same house. Of course, they can afford it. That's why they're expecting a 60% default on mortgages. This is true worldwide. You might not know it's happened. It's true in your country, right? So I'm showing you ways that you can now increase your monetary energy, because your job can't do that, through your Opulence business. So first, go out there, launch some LAs, $300 instantly. You get 10 to 30% raise on your check that month. Beautiful. Second, Next 12 months, build at least 10 customers, right? 10 FOL customers. That gives you another $300 to $350 a month on retail profit. That's fantastic. Again, you put them together, right? And then you have the next one. Now you have some teams. As you're building teams, you're making sure you got 5 people. You work with them on a monthly basis. They have to do tours. You're doing it for them. 3-way call. You want to make sure that this is what's going on, and over the next 10, and they're duplicating. And now you got a team. I want to make sure during the months that I'm talking to all the active ones, making sure they're doing the tours, right? At the end of the day, they don't have to do one thing, tours. What are they doing? Tour of the product, show the product, tour of the opportunity, show the plan. That's simple. And by doing that, we want to bring in over the next year, build a team that's bringing 10 LAPs in that month. When you do that, you make additional $200 to $500 that month, depending on where they are on the 10 levels. So again, now that's number 4. Number 5, divine. Get people to buy 5 family packs, 5 to 10 family packs in the next 3 generations in your team. So I checked Caesar how many people got commission boosts, and he said since it came out, 1,260 people have got commission boosts. Simple, it's free money. As soon as you buy one, you get commission boosts. There's no qualification for it. So why do we say 5 to 10? Well, because it's only 5 if they bought it cash, right? They didn't use shopping credit. If it would be 10, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on, because most people, they have some shopping credit, they're buying the rest of it cash, right? It's kind of a mixture. That's what I'm saying, 5 to 10, family pack in the next 3 generations. So if you got 10 people, they got 10 people is 100, you got 10 people is 1,000, right? In the next 3 generations, you want to make sure that you got about 5 to 10 family packs of Divine or even the collagen, Arctic Vita, right? That by itself, those 2 products, right? 5 to 10 combined. That's not each one, combined. It should be like 2 or 3 of each. And all of a sudden, you're making now, next 3 generations, you're making now another commission boost, about $400 worth of commission boost. So, team, this is not very difficult, right? When you start seeing the different ways you can make money with this plan, the whole idea is for you not to fall behind like the world is right now. Right? Getting in trouble, getting in debt constantly, remortgaging their homes, constant credit cards, bankruptcies, household debt. So the idea is not to fall in that. Your job cannot support that. Let's be clear about that. Your job cannot support that. Unless you have some fancy job that, that you make golden, well, that's fine. That's not the average person. Most people, they live paycheck to paycheck. And paycheck to paycheck means there's no money left. And that means that they're falling behind whatever the percentage of the debasing and the inflation is. They're falling behind every year. This is why the stats look the way they look worldwide. All right. So now you go and get about 5 to 10 family packs of Divine, happen the next 3 generations. And that gets you $200 to $500 extra over and above everything else we talked about. See how many different ways you got. Look how many different options you have. As you build your Opulence business, it doesn't happen overnight. As you build your Opulence business, look how many different ways you have to neutralize the biggest problem the world has. That's inflation and debasing of currencies. Look how many. So here, you can count on your business. You can build it over time and sit really nice spot in 3 to 5 years, knowing you got inflation beat. It doesn't matter what happens. You have enough money coming on over and above your jobs or whatever that you know that you're safe. Doesn't matter what government decisions they make, doesn't matter what war starts somewhere, it doesn't matter. You know your monetary energy for your family income is higher than what inflation can dish out. If inflation can dish out with debasing 15, 20%, you are 30, 35, 40, 100%. So it makes no difference. And I'm giving you a bunch of different ways. For you can accomplish that, which, by the way, again, your job does not allow it to do. Number 5, qualify for MGRS. I mean, you qualify for MGRS, that's $50 to $150 every month. By the way, you're doing the stuff I'm telling you about, you're active. Some of you will qualify automatically. So it's an extra free money again, $50 to $150 that comes in. Again, if you're at $1,000 income monthly, there's your 15% that you can get to eliminate the inflation stuff, right? So again, all these, because these are the qualification for these things in our compliance overlap with each other. So you can very easily shoot for one thing, hit 2 or 3 things, right? So again, MGRS, 1 to 3 shares, $150 to $150 or more maybe, that. Number 6, car club, right? So now that you build a team, they're doing the stuff, they get the LAPs, you get your LAP, you got your customers, they got their customers, and you're building, next thing you know, you're developing a CV, and time to time, that's a bonus, right? Time to time, you're going to hit a car club. There's an extra $500 minimum, right? Or if you're a retailer, you can double it in products. You get $1,000 in products. I think Dr. Henry does that. Like, he had, so he's on MGS every month. But him and a lot of people, they just give us in products. Because this is the only company in the whole direct sales industry where if you don't want a car, we don't say, well, here's less money, because that's what the other companies do, or they don't give you at all, right? We just say, okay, you don't want a car, you can get it in products, and we're going to double the amount. So if you've got a $500 car club, you get $1,000 in products that we can go sell, and again, bring money into your household. So team, I sat down looking at this. Everyone's talking about it, US dollars going up and $10 week and all this stuff, and how it's going to affect and job losses and all these things. Because by the way, when the US dollar gets strong, it's hard for everybody. It's hard for you, any country, because your things you buy on your streets, doesn't matter what country, most likely it was bought with US dollars. So if US dollars higher than your currency, then now you're paying more. That could be food in your grocery stores, clothing, iPhone, whatever. So because US dollar is the world's reserve currency, doesn't matter what country you're in, as you go higher, things get more expensive for you, for everything that you do, your gas, your cars, everything, right? That's what's called currency debasing, where your currency, your country, it's just not buying as much as if before, because now everything you import into your country is done through US dollars, and because they're high, now you're paying more in your local currency. But so what answer does jobs have for problems like this? Global, none, zero. Your jobs cannot give you any answers to things like this. But in your business, I just gave you 6 ways of how you can deal with that. And in 12 months from now, you wouldn't even look at the news to see what the debasing is. You wouldn't, because it doesn't matter. If the monetary energy of inflation and debasing is 20%, well, your team monetary energy or household monetary energy is at 30, 40, 50, 100%. You don't care, because you know that you are building faster than inflation and debasing is losing, right? All right, so let's continue. We got a lot to talk about. So this is what I just shared with you is actually a very, very realistic scenario, for you to have. This is how you neutralize the problem your government has. All governments have this problem, right? The money is losing its value compared to the US dollar. We have inflation and so forth. So again, the scenario that I just gave you is very realistic. You can neutralize your major monetary problem, your household. It's not a government issue, it's your problem. Your monetary household issue comes from inflation debasing, right? You can deal with that with your wholesale profit, launch somebody. Boom. Problem's gone. Your job doesn't allow for that, does it? Second, retail profit, right? Go get 10 FOL customers, right? Go get 10 divine customers. Go get some fashion customers. I just said FOL because it's cheap and everyone knows it. And by the way, if oil is really cheap, I'm going to get to something later on. I was shocked what some of the other companies now using, because US dollar is so high, charging for their products in many countries that we operate in. We'll get to that a little bit later on. You can neutralize it with your retail profit. Just get 10 customers this year. You can neutralize it with your variance bonus, right? Just make sure your team bring in 10 LAPs, right? You can neutralize that problem. What if you hit 2 of them? You're doing really, really well now, don't you? 2 of the 3. Go get some commission boost. Get everyone to try Divine. It's a new product. We got now Archivita, the world's best collagen solutions coming out. You want to get everyone in your team to use that, right? So between Arctic and Divine, there you go. You get 5 family packs sent out at full cash to entire your team over the next 3 generations, or 5 more, depending on the use some shopping credits, right? Some shopping credits, some cash. There you go. Now you have $200 to $500 extra. You dealt with the inflation situation on that alone. That's on commission boost. MGRS, because you got this vibrant team going, and you're doing it, you're doing your chores. Next thing you know, you qualify for MGRS. I don't think MSG has ever missed one. She's been here. I think we started MGRS, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? I don't know how long ago. And I know some people never miss it, right? It's extra $50 to $150 now. It's easier to do it now than before, because before it has other things like NRS and BQB. I mean, right now you can do it, a lot easier than before. And then occasionally you're going to hit a car club. And it's a bonus, extra bonus. You don't even need it. You already got everything covered. But you know what? Here's an extra $500. This is how life changes completely upside down from inside, right side up. Because this is where your massive problem is pulling you back month after month after month is now moving forward. The stress is pulling away. You're feeling good. You're feeling comfortable. You finally have some clarity about the future. You're not so worried about how do we keep the house, right? Because things aren't getting easier with the governments. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And with the global economy, we don't have an answer for global economy, but we certainly have an answer for our household economy. Our household economy, we can turn it around. We know what the numbers are. In your country, maybe 20%, maybe 25%, maybe 15%. Whatever that number is, your job doesn't have an answer for that, but your Opulence business certainly has answers for that. You just set yourself up that I'm going to go out there. Now, can you imagine between the 6 ways I gave you? 6 ways I gave you, you're not going to do one of them. You're going to do all of them, right? So you're not going to get all of them. You may get 1 or 2 of them. That's far more than enough what you need, and maybe they all contribute a little bit. You're going to find very quickly, within a few months, very quickly that, we're good. We've leveled up. We're good. We don't care about what happens with inflation. We don't care about what happens, everything that's going on. We don't care about that. We're good. And we're building momentum with our new team. All right, so now what if you hit them all? Some of you are hitting them all, right? Well, if you hit them all, and this is a new team, it's the next 12 months, $2,200 to $2,500 in bonuses. And this doesn't include your binary commissions, right? We just like bonuses. I just give you 5, 10 a month. This is nothing. I didn't say go build a big team of 10,000 people, right? This is actually just your bonuses. If you happen to hit them all, it's about $2,200, $2,500 a month on that alone. If you have a new business. So here's what I would do. While I was doing this, my phone rang, and my home on the waterfront, and it was an alarm company. They called and said, "Oh, it's a security alarm monitoring station." You get that, right? You get it. So yeah, something happened about it. So anyways, I went on camera. Everything was fine. So then I thought, you know what? This is exactly what we need to do with our business, right? You need to become a monitoring station for your business, right? Constantly, right? Become a monitoring station. You keep in touch with all your people. The next 12 months, that you want to build your income centers. I give you 6 ways, right now to do this. Well, become a monitoring station. Do we getting enough LAPs in? Do I have 10 F1 customers? Do we have commission boosts and ethnic the Vita being used right now and sold? You know, people get on these products, they stay on these products, and you're making money on a regular basis, right? How am I doing with the car club? Am I almost there? The MGRS, I'm there, but the MGRS already. Become a monitoring station for all, you know, your organization. Remember, the 10 levels is a must thing for you, because why? You're getting the variance bonus, right? That's free money. All you need is really, you're going to be, you know, if you're an LD1, LD2, you just need the 250. If you're an LD3, you're going to be in MGRS qualified. But at the end of the day, you know, you have 250, that's a given. And all of a sudden, you are now, you know, getting free money on the variance next 10 levels. So master your back office. Or next 30 days, or during the 30 days of the month, become a monitoring station. And you know, our IT team showed you they're doing some really cool stuff. They're giving you, they've revamped your back office now. We got a new performance center now. There's all these cool things for you to see how you're doing, how far are you towards the car club, and all that stuff. All these fantastic things are already available for you in your back office. We give it to you. We spend millions on the software. You get it for free. You know, just go learn it, use it, become a monitoring station, and these are the 6 ways you beat inflation and debasing every single month. All right, so make an appointment to show the plan. So again, what do? We make appointments to show the plan for the products, show the presentation for the products and the plan. So you want to go out there. Well, what do we show the plan for? Well, we're going to get 10 retail customers, right? We're going to launch people. So it's not a complicated thing. In the 30-day process, it's not complicated, right? We're monitoring who's showing the plan to get more customers, to get more, to launch people. We're doing the same thing. We need 10 customers on retail, and we need to launch people, so we show the plan. And when we talked earlier on, that our host said, hey, you know what? I had a good week. I had 2 plans showed, 2 tours. Fantastic. That's it. That's what you got to do during the course of the month. You want to monitor your binary and start communication to get 10 LAPs, LADE, whatever it is. We have different perks for different packages for different people. You want to keep on communication with all your people. Have you done tour yet? Have you done list yet? Give me a tour recall. Let's do a tour together. Let's meet at a coffee shop. Being me a prospects. Go to the opportunity page, because all of you guys, we made it so simple now because you need a tour. Sanaz is just a killer tour. We have our social media team, our new social team. They're fantastic. They did this unbelievable job on it. You have this phenomenal tour on your opportunity page. Opulence.com/opportunity on your page. It's there. Send the link out, get your people on it, take them through it. The way it's set up, you got the video that you saw Sanaz on the top. But if you want to do your own, just scroll down below it. There's the PowerPoint version. You can do with your own voice, your own language, whatever you want. And guess what? Below that is the packages. And get on the phone, on the computer. You're on the computer. Packages. There's a package I want. Click on it. You can walk them through it right to launch right there, one place. Opportunity page on your website. It's so simple to do. Not to worry about where do I find, you know, and your upline is going to be there for you. You want to make sure that they know that they're available for you, and to be there to do the close with you. Get everyone on Divine and Collagen the first 3 levels. Just make sure. I mean, everybody, you want everybody, but you do the 3, they do the 3, they do the 3, right? If there's some sparks down deep, you talk to everybody about it. But make sure at least the first 3 levels, you get them on Divine and you get them on Artevita, because that gets you commission boost. Is another way to beat inflation and debasing. You add all this stuff up. In 12 months, your life is pretty comfortable. You can pay your mortgage. We talked about beating inflation. That's very minimal. In some cases, you're going to be much higher than that, including maybe replacing your income, right? This is how you do it. It's how you do it. You just keep doing it, keep expanding it. So master MGRS, you'll make sure you never miss MGRS. It's very simple to do. Eventually, it becomes automatic. You have enough customers and stuff, it becomes automatic. All right, and the card club, like I said, it is a bonus, and what it does is that because you've already most likely you've dealt with the inflation thing already, with all this stuff, and the card club either it enhances your lifestyle, get your shiny fancy car, or it becomes your saving, right? You're getting in products, you're selling the products, you take all that money and you're putting in the saving, or you use the money to advance your lifestyle other ways, right? So really the car club is to advance your lifestyle to that next level because you don't really need it to pay for your expenses. You've done it. There's many other ways to do that. It's just something extra because we're a lifestyle-based business. By the way, you do a lot of this stuff in the first year. You have enough CV activity that at the bare minimum, you make another power cycle minimum, right? So now you got $460 pops up extra because we don't flush volume, right? It comes out and it's going to accumulate and boom, it pushes out. So there's a lot of money sitting over here. So if you happen to do just one of the 6 things I showed you, you deal with the big problem, inflation and debasing. If you just do one of the 6, right? If you do all 6, right, you're going to 2 or 3x your income and you create wealth. That's how you get wealthy, right? If you do all of that, you 2 or 3x your income. If you have 1,000 a month, you can make $3,000 in the bonuses alone, right? If you have 3,000 a month, okay, you 2x that, right? Get another 3,000. That's how you create wealth, where you make more than you need, you spend. I showed you 6 ways. We're not talking about the comp plan $4 million and build a massive 10,000 people team and all. We haven't gone there yet. This is something you can do over the next 12 months. Simple baby steps. All right. So, so I think for most people, I think it's hard just to do one because you're going to do all. And it's probably not that easy to do all 5 or 6. So most will fall somewhere in between, which is a pretty good place to be. All right, guess what? We're not done yet. 8th way you can deal with this, right? Gift card system. The gift card program is going to be a #1 product that we also in this company. You'll see. You're going to say, well, more than F1 demand? Yes, you're going to see. Because it's incredible the flexibility that it gives. And all the people that we know that, they never bought anything for whatever reason, they're asking us, oh, I saw your social media, so how do I get it? It's the one lady, she said, I want 10 gift cards, because that's a boutique. She said, I want 10 gift cards to give away to my good customers. Gift card opens up a whole new business. Of course, let's assume you only sold $1,000 in gift cards, and maybe one person who bought $1,000 gift card. I have one customer with a $1,500 gift card, right, for his wife. Let's assume, combination of gift cards at 1,000 or one guy with 1,000, whatever. You just make $370 on that alone when it's redeemed. There's another way you can beat the crap of inflation, right? It's another way that you can, because gift cards are easy to do. There's like 20 somewhat gifting occasions in Canada. In your country, it's the same. Become a master, understand it, go to the gift card portal, go to your retail mall, shop.opulence.com/your username, go have some fun, right? It's the simplest thing. Go send a $10 gift card to your wife or husband just to test it out. Or maybe even better, to the upline saying thank you, to the downline saying thank you. Just go out there, send a bunch of $10 gift cards to people just to show demonstration that to them, to your downline, look, it's working. And that is going to be something I could see people during the Christmas time, maybe Mother's Day or those special days, maybe Valentine's Day, make thousands of dollars on gift cards on those major occasions. Another one, shopping credit sales. You guys know that you own shopping credit. Everybody buys shopping credits. So all of a sudden now you got your shopping credit sales that come in. right? So if you have 30 people, let's just say, that's it, 30 people, the thing about shopping credit, it's the entire organization now, right? It's not 10 levels, it's not 3 levels, it's an entire organization. As your business grows year after year, even 30 people at 150, that's about $4,500 in volume, providing they're in the both legs. Now you're getting about 7.2%. There's $333. That's a nice number. $333. There is your inflation and debasing. On that alone happens automatically. That's a shopping credit system. It happens automatically. What if you have 30 at 250, right? So now at $7,500 in volume automatically. From 6.1% to 8.5%. Now that's about roughly $590. That's far beyond what the debasing inflation is. By the way, these are over and above everything else we just talked about. See, outside what I showed you tonight, what other option do you have? What other option do you have? Your job? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. So stock market is about to crash. So I'm giving you so many ways that you can actually become very comfortable in your finances. Well, if you have 30 people out of 450, right? 30 at 450, 13.5, 6.1 to 8.5%, depending on, because we pay as it goes up. There's $1,000 and 20, over $1,000. You make money on the shopping credit sales. Over and above. That was number 9. We're not done yet. How about Ferry Marsh? It's coming out. I can tell you, Ferry Marsh made people money. Although it was a small percentage, because we didn't make a lot of money in there. You make it 5% on that, whatever. What if you sold a $20,000 Ferry Marsh? What if you did $50,000 Ferry Marsh? Well, $100,000 Ferry Marsh, right? You can make $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 just on that, right? Because it's coming out, and you're gonna need some wealthy people, and you're gonna love selling to wealthy people because you're gonna show off your Ferry Marsh. Why aren't you wearing that Rolex thingy? Let me show you some real deal. What's that, Cartier? Let me show you what's rated 3 times Canadian Journalist Magazine as the best of the best. Send a modern legend. Ferry Marsh story. People watch that video, they'll call you back 100%. What's this? I want to know more. You send that link out, modern legend, Ferry Marsh story, to anybody. If you got the money, you got the wealth of you, everybody knows in every country, they're going to call back. Okay, what's this? What is this brand? Anyway, so we have to do this because if you don't do this, then you're getting poorer and poorer and poorer. Why? Because your job cannot keep up with your currency debasing. It's your currency losing its buying power. If X amount of your currency bought a kilo of tomato last year, now you need more of your currency to buy the same kilo of tomato this year. That means your currency is losing its value. It's called debasing. Happens to all currencies. Plus, there is inflation. Inflation happens for many reasons, right? So, unless, whether that number is 15, 20%, unless your job gives you a 20% raise every year, what happens to your lifestyle then? You short of money, right? You're either using your savings, you're using debt, you're borrowing using credit cards, line of credits, or you just can't buy. You have to reduce your lifestyle, right? Or you add revenue. And I just showed you how you can neutralize the effects of debasing and inflation in your household. All right. So debasing and inflation is a problem for the world. It doesn't have to be for you. As we say in our company, if you have the will, Opulence has the way. By the way, but I'm done with that presentation, but a little fun facts here. So looking at where the US dollar is today, that's real bad news for companies that work on US dollars, right? Because now the customers are paying a lot of money. If anybody you know in direct sales in your country, they work with US dollars, I mean, they're frustrated as hell now because, you know, they got local currency, they're buying these things in US dollars, could be local currency, but that product comes in US dollars, right? It's converted the product. So I started looking some very inferior, like basic products are being sold either at the same price or also higher. And then look at some good products that still don't match what we do. They don't have MPN3, none of that stuff. But they're better quality, maybe bigger companies, and they charge it double. And it's because it's US dollars. So I start thinking, okay, well, with the US dollar being where it's at, I think we need a point of reference for people. If you paid $60 for a set of Fountain of Life, you know what it is right now? I just said a few minutes ago. That's $41 US. Show me a good product you can pick up for $41 US. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. What if you paid $75 Canadian, right? Okay, that's only 52 US. Show me a good, big direct sales company who got real scientists. They got a product that's less than $100 US. I'm telling you, they just don't exist, right? And then if you bought Divine for $90 Canadian, that's only 62 US. We are really cheap. We were really, really cheap. I'm happy about that. But basically, simple thing is this. It's simple as this. To buy US from Canadian, you're basically paying 41% more. So if somebody's charging, say, $70 US for their product, we're charging $70 Canadian, say, for FOL. I don't know which country we're in because every country is different. Well, you're just paying 41% more for the American product. That's not $41, 41% more, right? More. So you guys are lucky we're in Canadian dollars. And you're double lucky. You don't even have to worry about Canadian dollars because we don't even price our products in Canadian dollars. We price it in our own currency, shopping credit system. We're not out there changing every second what happens to Canadian dollar. The prices don't change. We should. That's the proper way of doing it. The grocery store does it. The malls do it. Wholesalers do it. We don't. I mean, we charge our own currency. We make in bulk. Our warehouses are full, blowing up. Even with this 43 million points that you guys took away, we got, warehouses are blowing up with products. So at some point, we have to increase and look at our costs, but it hasn't. And we must be the cheapest, the biggest bargain on the planet. And like I said, you guys are lucky that we're doing this in Canadian dollars, and double lucky that we're charging on shopping credits, OC, on things that are detached, all this attached to Canadian dollars, but it's not automatically attached where as the Canadian dollar goes down, this goes up, right? It's not. We manually have to make those adjustments. And I don't plan to do that. So it's good time for you guys. It's fantastic. Maybe you don't realize these things. These are important stuff. When I started looking at auto ships in the US, right? Auto ships. And I put it down somewhere. Let me put my camera off. I'm going to share with you guys something. Because other companies have an auto ship of anywhere from, I don't know, basic is 70, there's 100, there's 150, 200, 250. Well, I don't like it. A lot of them, they go up as your rank goes up. I don't like doing that. So let's assume you had to do, they go by point system, 100, say, I don't know, $100 US, that's a bare minimum in other companies. If you take a look, what that is, this is the monthly you have to do to get a check, right? 100 USD right now to CAD, that's 143 Canadian right now. If you had to do 150, which is mostly that happens to Canadian, that's $215 Canadian, 150 US. That's very basic, right? $215 Canadian, right? That's what this. So if you join the company that operates with US dollars, whether they're an American company or not, it is far more expensive now to be a distributor anywhere else than with Opulence Global. So in 2007, when I decided to move the company, because we used to be on the US dollar, we started that way. and now they decided to make a change to Canadian dollars. It was a really good move along the way. Many times through our history said that was a good move. And here I'm telling you again, here, 20 years later, that was a good move. Because your ownership right now would be $214 or $150. Is at $250, it'd be $343. If it's at $450 US, we well over $600. But because we didn't do it, you're the beneficiary, you get full benefits with a saving of 41% as if we were a US company. With that, maybe I've got too much numbers at you, but you know what? The reality is this. Go out there, the next 12 months, build a team. Build, what you want to do, you want to put it, a household has to be free of inflation, right? Or debasing of the currency. So you want to go out to get 15, 20% into the household. You can do that by launching once in a while. You can do that getting 10 FOL customers. You can do that, get 15 LAPs in your downline, next 10 levels. You can do that, get five divine or Arctic Wida in next 3 levels. You can do that occasionally with a car club. You can do that with MGRS. You can do that with gift certificate. You can do, you can do that. Right? You can do that. With that, let's pass the call back to our fearless host. And I want to see everybody doing what he's doing. Be the host. If you have any questions, put your hand up. Tell me if you're ready to eliminate debasing, inflation, all the government problems from your household. If you're ready, I just showed you how to do it.
And thank you, and see you next time. And let me see here.
Good night, everybody. Stay forensic. Good start. Next week, let's get some of your people on board. Let's get double the amount of people we have on. This is how we're going to build momentum. Building the billion. Let's go.
To the billion. One team, one dream. To the billion.